Good day. Welcome to Explore Protect YouTube channel. I hope you're still enjoying the session on or the series that we're having on business valuations. If you're new to this channel, welcome, and please subscribe now that you are here, and set on your notifications so that each time we have a new video, you are able to be notified, and then you can see the lesson and learn. Remember to like this video and comment on it so that we are having a conversation. Today we'll be looking at the earnings multiplier as a valuation model. A pretty sweet, short, straightforward model. It's not going to take much of our time. Now, just as a reminder, we've said really this thing about the valuation, we're looking at both the science and an art, where the science is where we're looking at the objective measures, the estimates, and looking at the modeling capacity or capabilities. And the art, it's looking at the experience, the exposure, the practice, and the knowledge. So far, we have dealt with the market cap valuation model. We have dealt with times revenue method. So today we're sitting on the earnings multiplier model. Now, really, the earnings multiplier is a metric that frames a company's stock price or share price as a proportion of its earnings per share. Now, while we looked in the previous video on the times revenue, here we want to delve deeper and go to the earnings per share, having accounted for the efficiency from the top line to the bottom line. And really the formula you use to calculate this model is the price per share and divided by the earnings per share. So some of the things to realize about the earnings multiplier model is that it gives you a better accurate picture than the revenue model, because the revenue doesn't account for the expenditure items, whereas this earnings multiplier model is a little bit more accurate, given that it has accounted for expenses, and it can really give you a better real value of a company. And secondly, we already know by now that profits are more reliable indicators for financial performance and financial well-being than their counterpart sales revenue. And lastly, the multiplier, it adjusts. We adjust future profits against the cash flows. Now, the cash flows come again. You remember we had a series on cash flows. So this approach adjusts the future profits against the cash flow that could be invested at the current interest rate over a certain period of time. Now, let's maybe delve deeper and really look at how this will look like. So let's assume here we've got 5 companies, company 1 and 2, 3, 4 to 5, that are trading at $50 per share, $50 per share, $150 per share. But then when you look at the earnings per share, remember the earnings per share, we now look at what we retained as a proportion of shares outstanding. That's where we get the earnings per share. So we now look at the first company where you've got a price per share of $50 and earnings per share of 5. You can see that the earnings multiplier here is 10 years. So it basically says this company is trading at 10 times. The earnings of this company are 10 times. But let me say, the earnings that you're receiving today are what you'll have received in 10 years. That is the better way to put. Okay. And when you look at the second company, where they've got the same price per share of 50, but different earnings per share. And in this case, you can see the earnings multiplier here is 5. And the third one, 130, that gives you the earnings multiplier of a 3. And so goes 4 and 5. It's really an arithmetic where you're really just taking this number, a price per share, and you divide this by the earnings per share. Now, I've said when you're looking at entities that are not listed, you might be wondering, how do you then compute for an entity that is not listed? And I've said there are a number of ways where we can use a proxy for a price of a company. There are a number of modalities that we can compute the non-listed companies and find out what the price or a proxy price will be. And the similar will be the earnings. In fact, the earnings is just a matter of getting to the bottom line and looking at the shares outstanding of that company. And the real take home from this model, or this valuation model, is that you've got an ability to compare companies in the same industry, similar sort of circumstances, and you can gauge how expensive each of these companies are trading, as you have seen in the story before. You start saying, when you're looking at the price per share against the earnings per share, which of these companies is more priced heavily compared to others. That it is. That was today's lesson, a video on the earnings multiplier. As I said, it's sweet, straightforward, not as laborious like previous ones. And I'm glad to see you on the next video, where we will be dealing with another valuation model. And remember, as I said, if you haven't subscribed, do not forget to subscribe. It's Dr. Meiya here at Explore Protect YouTube channel at Money Magnet. If you want to connect with me, below this video, you will find all the links. Have a beautiful day.